How the time can fly. It just seems that BO4 just released like a couple of months ago, but already 1 year has passed. And Modern Warfare is just around the corner. The day this video goes up will be the last day that BO4 will be the newest COD in the franchise, and it kind of feels weird. So let's reflect on the most controversial Call of Duty ever. Let's start with the multiplayer. When this game released, the multiplayer looked like it had the most potential in the entire franchise. They made some crucial adjustments in the multiplayer aspect, but they weren't too big to say, oh, that's not Call of Duty, like that's Battlefield or something. It still was COD, but just a bit different. It started with actually having a health bar in Call of Duty. This is a revolution, and it's going away again in Modern Warfare, but it was a nice addition. In the health bar you could see your 150 HP, so the 150 HP were actually a good addition, because when you got shot like in a gunfight, you actually had a chance of turning around and shooting that person and actually winning the gunfight, instead of like in earlier Call of Duty games, just getting shot and knowing, okay, I'm dead, or if you're lucky you can just go behind cover. Now you have actually a chance of winning that gunfight actively, and I think that's great. Also with the healing, they have added manual healing, so you won't regenerate automatically anymore. When they revealed this game, not only me but most of the community was probably pretty skeptical about this change, but I think it turned out great. Now it just feels so natural to just, after a gunfight, just put a little heroin syringe in yourself and then reloading your gun, instead of just reloading your gun and waiting in a corner for your HP to come back up. Like, it feels so fluid and well integrated into the gameplay. So they also made smaller adjustments, like the minimap with the fog of war, where you actually need to rely on your teammates to see what's in front of them on the map, or actually saying no to a bunch of invisible barriers, which was kind of the problem with World War II. It bugged me a lot that like you just saw a lot of stuff, but where it looked like you could go there or climb on top of it, but there was just an invisible wall there. And this really bugs the shit out of me, and probably also out of many other people. Like, I was so happy to, when I first played BO4, I had like a blast. Holy shit, you can climb on that thing, I would have never imagined. Like, this is actually a good decision by the map creators. Also, like the map design, all the maps are small, generic, 3-lane maps. The problem is not that the maps are 3 lanes. The problem is that all the maps are small, generic, 3-lane maps. And all the maps are just, like, all the maps just kind of feel the same. Left, middle, right. Left, middle, right. At some point, like, all the maps feel the same. Let's look back at other Call of Duties. Like the map Quarry from Modern Warfare 2. You had like the usual 3 lanes, but you also had like those giant white boxes where you could climb on them and make your own routes to kind of go around the map. And I'm really happy to see that Modern Warfare takes a different approach to this, but why does the new Call of Duty this urge to just do the safe small design? Like, I just get completely burned out on these maps because they all feel the same, with some exceptions. Like, if the problem with those maps is just, first, they are not memorable. Second, you have no diversity. So in total, like, all the maps are just really safely made, and it really bugs out of me. And on top of that, why do we have only small to medium sized maps? Not a single one large sized map is in the game. Not a single one. Like, why does it have to be like that? In World War II, World War II had the exact same problem like BO4. all maps were small to medium sized, generic 3-lane maps. The only big exceptions were Gustav Cannon, which actually was a large sized map, but the only one large sized map, and USS Texas, which just is a generic 3-lane map, but completely stretched to oblivion. I also find it kind of funny that the perk mobility gives you no fall damage at all, but in the entire game you can only die in one spot, and that's on the map jungle, and this map wasn't even made for this game. So I like the score streaks in this game. The score streaks seem mostly balanced to me. Like the gunship is basically a copy and paste of the AC-130. When the game launched, the care package just wasn't working at all. Like sometimes it just got stuck on top of the map. Sometimes it just didn't give you anything and just despawned. Sometimes it wouldn't even come, and it just takes ridiculously long to just come into the map. But I think they nailed the score streaks. The score streaks are fun. The score streaks are actually viable, and I think the score streaks are something they did good in this game. What they did not good were the weapons or the weapon variety. Like I really appreciate what Treyarch has done in the creator class, but there's just some things that really stand out to me and I really need to point out. First of all, why does equipment like frag grenades or Molotov cocktails cost a point for your create a class system? Because like if you take a specialist gear that's free and basically it's always better than like the grenades. The specialist equipment is always better than the normal equipment. Why does the normal equipment then take up 1 point and specialist equipment is just free? Like this doesn't. Why would I, for example, say no to like Ruin's grappling gun, to Ruin's grappling hook if I want to take a frag grenade with me? Like there's no way in hell that I'm going to choose a frag grenade over like Ruin's grappling gun. That's just not happening, especially not with the price it takes with it. Maybe for the challenges, if you wanted fancy calling cards or Mr. 100%, but else I don't see any reason to take them with you. On top of that, I think in a whole BO4, not those bare bones mosh pits counted, I have only seen like 4 frag grenades. 4. I think this really shows the point. Also, I just fucking love that you can put attachments on your rocket launcher. Like this is a complete revolution, and I'm really sad. Just say it's 6v6, not 5v5 anymore, so there can be 2 turrets on one team. You could lock down the entire map and completely spawn trap the enemy team. Like how can this happen? How did this get past game testing, especially after launch? Ajax with the shield and the 9-band was so annoying. Now nobody really uses him anymore, but if I run into one of them, it's still annoying. Or when Zero came out, you got a gunship with your 16 kills, you were really happy, and there's a dude in his spawn that goes like 2 to 68 and can still just destroy your entire gunship in like 4 seconds. Like how could this go past testing? How has nobody noticed how unbalanced those specialists are? To make something clear, I'm not against the specialist system, I'm just against lethal or completely overpowered specialists. Like if we would only have like specialists like Crash, where he can put on ammo for his team or heal them to 200 HP. Like that's a 100% tactical specialist, and I'm fine with this. Like this is actually a good. I really enjoy. Like if there would be only crashes, I would enjoy the gameplay a lot more. That's why so many people wanted Barebones, and then like Barebones got a face quick scoping championship. So we all know how that ended. Or I like the approach from Modern Warfare to specialists even a bit more, where they're just cosmetic characters you can choose, like operate, also or called operators, but they don't have any functionality in game, just except your looks, and I'm really fine with that because I really enjoy like the backstory of the specialists or how they interact with each other on the battlefield, those voice lines. I really enjoy it. But I don't enjoy the weapons and the lethal activities from them. And I think Infinity Ward nailed it. They also added like a small timing thing down there with you can throw a ammo box or a recon drone or something like that. I'm also fine with this. I think it's fine except the stopping power rounds, but we need to see how that ends, and else maybe they get taken out. Or they just react like Treyarch when at the beta everybody was complaining about body armor, and like holy hell, they just didn't want to take it out of there. So if you in multiplayer you can just level up like you used to in BO3, World War II, or how you used to. You go to Prestige 10, then you have still 1000 levels to go. So if you want to grind, this game lets you grind those levels. But if you want to grind content, you have the challenges, you have dark matter. After that, really there's nothing. Like for every 100 levels you get prestige icons from older Treyarch games until back to World at War. And this is cool, don't get me wrong. I would rather have like something like Hero Gear in BO3, where if you make I don't know, but but content wise this multiplayer is just so thin, and they didn't do anything about it post launch. Like that's what the biggest problem of the multiplayer. It had not many modes, okay amount of maps, and a really low weapon count at launch. Like this, I know that they needed to completely restart the game like 1 year before release, but still, they could have just copy and pasted like everything from BO3 with the Hero Gear, and it would have been perfectly fine. And before Christmas, like they weren't doing anything at all. Like they said like this would be the most updated Call of Duty game ever. It would be support for 3 years, which by the way it won't be. It's support for the season that ends when MW comes out, and doesn't look like it will get any content after that, except maybe the one or other occasional weapon drop like the MP40 from Blackout and Zombies, or the other OG guns like the Thompson. Maybe they will add those to reserve system. I could imagine they drop something like this, but yeah. Except those like new, fresh content, I don't think there's anything in the way for multiplayer. Until Christmas we had like one update every 2 weeks to 1 month. It was really bad, and they even apologized about for this and said they would be updating this game more. But then the entire debacle with Sledgehammer Games and Raven and the COD 2020 happened, and now the game is completely understaffed. Like maybe there are 2 developers active at this game still. No, I don't know, but this game is completely understaffed, and right now there's probably nobody anymore working for BO4. I bet it. So multiplayer, where before the game launched, maybe all the people of the community were saying like, this is the game to revive the Call of Duty series. This is the year. Nothing happened. It was just a huge disappointment for his family and his community. Like, I'm sorry, multiplayer had so much potential. I said it myself, this game could really, I really had faith in the developers in this game. Like, this game could have been it. It had so much potential, and so much potential was just wasted. Let's talk campaign, or what's kinda campaign. So the campaign got scrapped because, how I heard, it was way too boring and repetitive, so they need to completely scrap that and replace it with Blackout. If the campaign would have been that bad on like a BO3 level, like train go boom, campaign go boom, I'm fine with it. And we still got a kind of a campaign in a Specialist HQ. I did all the challenges, I got all the stars, like I'm level 13, Specialist HQ, I'm max level. And so I kind of hoped with that when they add new specialists, they would add them too. It's unfortunately didn't happen. But still, this is, I think, you can see it was just scrambled together in like no time, just put together like some old cutscenes put there and ready to go. But I think for what it is, it's fine. You just go there and you can learn new and useful stuff about specialists, how to use them that you maybe didn't know before. And it's actually pretty practical. And yeah, you basically what it is, you just learn those stuff about specialists, then you need to need to play a normal multiplayer match against bots with some preset classes. And if you need to do this in 3 different difficulties: recruit, normal, and veteran. But that's about it. Like, you do this for 10 specialists to 10 specialists at launch, and after this you just level up, you get stars, you get challenges, and with those challenges you get like audio clips that tell a bit from the story, and you unlock cutscenes for every specialist that kind of ties in with the story, like Savannah, and like Inkslasher did a whole series on the entire story. Check him out, great guy. I think the story goes really deep, goes way deeper than you would expect, but it's kind of a cliffhanger because you don't know what happens. And like, just check his videos out, and I won't talk about it because then this video would just explode in length. But I think the Specialist HQ does its purpose with bonus points. I'm really sad that they didn't add the new specialists there with their own cutscenes, but whatever. Next, we have the thing that actually replaced the campaign. This is Blackout. Like, I heard Blackout was in development for 9 months before the game came out, and just to say, if that's true, hell of a job track. Blackout is so much fun. I really like this battle royale. I played Fortnite before a bit. I tried out PUBG. I'm not that huge of a BR person, or I wasn't that huge of a BR version. I had my experience with Fortnite. I played it with my friends, and yeah, it was just something occasional, but Blackout just was so much fun. I just really only want to play this mode. And on the beginning, I completely sucked at this mode, yeah. But it was still a lot of fun. Now, then, I just, in an interview with Game Informer before the game came out, David Warners just said all the characters for Blackout will be unlockable through challenges. We know that isn't true, but hey, whatever. Like, this is just not just a bit off topic. Yeah, Blackout is, I think, like the big brother from the BO4 family that just got all the attention, and like multiplayer and zombies were just starving behind it. I think this really shows in a good way for Blackout, because Blackout just has gotten a lot of love. They added Hijacked and Ghost Town post-launch. We got we also have OG weapons from zombies, like the Galil. Now it's also in multiplayer, but the MP40, the Thompson, the Hedgehog, weapons like that. We also have, I think the map from Blackout is great. I like it, like it puts most popular points from the Black Ops series, like Asylum, Estate, or AK Raid, and the Raid, just all in one map, and it's just so much fun. I just really enjoy playing this mode, and after a couple of updates, like they started to play with the lighting, they make the river out of blood, they let the hydro dam explode, and I like, if all the leaks are true, which they probably are, I really have high expectations. I really am excited to see what they do with Modern Warfare Battle Royale, but Blackout was a damn good Battle Royale, and Infinity Ward has to step their game up if they want to compete with that. Sad that Blackout didn't never just get separated from BO4 and just got continuously updated for over the years. But that's how the things are going. I think for what Blackout is, it's actually really great. Yeah, not much to say about it. They added prestiges to the mode, and it's just so grindable. You have to do you have challenges, which they aren't really hard, like the Dark Ops challenges. Multiplayer are just really hard things. You just need to just grind the hell out of this game to get them, like get all the weapons in one class, like Diamond or AK Gold, or you get a kill chain. There are challenges like that. In Blackout they're a little bit more subtle, just go to this place, do this, kill 100 zombies. It's really easy, and you can just look up your YouTube tutorial and you get like all 9 of them in just 30 minutes. It's really easy. Blackout is where Blackout honestly saved the game for me. Like it would, like multiplayer just got really boring after like a couple of months, and then I completely stopped playing BO4, and then I kind of came back with Blackout. I was fucking addicted to it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing it. And this kind of got me back in BO4, and then the entire reserve dilemma happened, and yeah, I kind of got back to multiplayer. I played a lot of zombies, but about that we'll see later. And yeah, I think that's about it. Blackout mode that saved BO4 for me, and probably for many other people. Let's go on to zombies. Zombies was always like this experience, like I would rarely hop on with like 1 or 2 friends, just try to survive as long as we could. Like I had no idea about this node, I just bought my weapons and played. But this time, and like it wasn't really helping that like in BO2 and BO3 play like started to make all those ridiculous and egregious quests that were completely unnecessary and just there to rob your time, and it was so annoying. So I didn't even have a chance of getting into zombies. Yeah. Now in BO4 they thankfully added a tutorial which broke that barrier for me. I played those tutorials and I was thinking, damn, like the basics of course I knew, but those tutorials really helped me to get into zombies. And yeah, randomly me and I wanted to do crazy challenges in zombies. I wanted to do whatever, like the Easter eggs. I wanted, like the zombies, this game zombies, like I really like zombies in this game. They're really awesome. But the crashes after the launch were horrible. There is just nothing more unmotivating than just grinding your ass off to go in such a high round, like maybe round 60. Usually you wouldn't get to round 60 because your game crashed. Usually you go to like round 30 if you're lucky, and then your game crashes. Like that was so fucking annoying. Like it really hindered me from playing this mode, and like so I never played it. And like a couple of months later, they added a double tier skip, and then I slowly came back and I saw they fixed it, and I want to play. So the maps in BO4 are good. Okay, I need to piece it out. I think so. My favorite maps are 9 and Ancient Evil. Like those are dope ass maps. I really enjoy playing them. But it doesn't say that all the other maps are bad. I also enjoy playing the other maps. But the problem simply is all the Ether maps were remasters. I don't want to play a map again that I played a couple of years ago. That probably back then was even better because it was new. Like those remasters, like I like those maps. Except Blood of the Dead. I really don't like. I really hate playing on Blood of the Dead. Like they added so many useless areas, and just like the whole atmosphere of Mob of the Dead just got ruined. I think, for me, and not for me. Like for many zombie fans, like the Blood of the Dead isn't really good. Classified is actually a great remaster. Like they fix a lot of things from 5. They removed the Pentagon Thief. I'm really happy with the Classified remaster. Then they added. Oh, by the way, did you know that there was a DLC 1? Like, a DLC with zero marketing at all. When this map dropped, I didn't even notice until I was in the game after the update. Like, what the hell is a zombies map? I didn't even knew about it. There was zero marketing about it. Zero. BO4 launched with 4. So I just was a bit clear in my mind. BO4 launched with 4 zombie maps, which is actually more than ever. Like BO1 launched with 2 maps, and since then only with 1. BO2 especially was a bit. The launch map was, let's say, underwhelming. So in BO4 it was actually a good. I love a couple of people, like the really hardcore zombie fans are against that, but I think this was good because if you just don't like Blood of the Dead from the launch, you have other options like 9, Voyage of Despair, or if you bought the Black Ops Pass, Classified. So please don't unsubscribe, please don't leave a dislike button. I bought the Black Ops Pass and I really regret it. So I think what they provided at launch was, except for the crashes and bugs, it was pretty solid package. I really enjoyed playing 9, and I played a lot of Voyage of Despair after launch, but yeah, this map is just so repetitive. Like every area looks the same, and I at the beginning was so confused. Like everything, everything looked the same, and I really where do I need to go? It was so annoying. So now I know the map, but I stopped playing it. I only play 9 or Ancient Evil. The DLC maps, yeah, they were fine. The DLC maps, like I said, they were remasters. They were remasters of liked maps, like Call of the Dead, or Nuketown. So they couldn't do much wrong. It were just remasters. They aren't unbelievable good, but they aren't terrible either. Just mediocre remasters. Yeah. Dead of the Night, I honestly, because of lacking marketing, I didn't know anything about the map. I never played it until until the contracts came out, and I need to pay for the daily contracts. I think it's fine, but I really don't like for Pack-a-Punch that you need to go to the free crystals and then find the stuff that the crystal shows you. Like, I like the concept of it. I really like it. But I don't like that it shows you a clock. Like, there are 5 clocks in this huge mansion. Where do I need to go? It's not even like in shown to you. It's just annoying as fuck. So yeah, I kind of passed on this one. Ancient Evil, like I said, I really enjoyed playing Ancient Evil. And the other two remasters, yeah, I didn't play them too much, but I played them a bit. So yeah, I think just the biggest problem with the maps in BO4 are just like Drake heard the complaints about BO3 zombies being too easy, besides the zombies in BO3 being on complete steroids. So they just added a lot more bosses on the maps. Like, you have the Pest Father, you have those Catalyst zombies. God, I hate them. You have those mini bosses spawn every round. It's just too much going on the map at some point, especially if there are like 4 Pest Fathers following you and there's just a huge crowd of zombies behind you. Like, just calm the fuck down. I'm just trying to survive with my gun. Alright, I think that's enough about the maps. So they replaced the Gobblegum system from last year with They replaced the Gobblegum system from BO3 with the elixirs, which I think is good and bad. The good thing about it is that the entire game is more balanced, and you don't at launch. Now they added those OP elixirs, but at launch was like you didn't have crazy stuff like Perkaholic where you could just get 9 perks at one time. So I think the elixirs also are quite a bit underwhelming, especially like I never used one. I never like the normal elixirs are in most cases better than the other ones, than the mega ones, and like I have no reason to use them. Literally, I've never used a single elixir or a single talisman. Just to get those elixirs is also a complete grind. Like, you need to get 45 of this plasma, then put it into a Dr. Monty's machine and just hope you get something out of it. Or you go more expensive if you want a guaranteed talisman. So yeah, I think I only use the green ones and Ragnarok because I think zombies in rubber ducks are fun and I really enjoy seeing them like this. So yeah. What I really hate about this game zombie is just the UI. Like, it's a complete nightmare to navigate. First of all, why is there so much wasted space when you can choose a map? Like, in multiplayer they use those giant boxes for the modes. In zombies, the boxes are so insanely small, and you have 8 of them. Like, there's so much wasted space. Also, in the game, the UI is way too abstracting. Like, you have your round on the top left, you have on the down left, you have your HP and your characters way too big, and your points. In the middle, you have the perks. In the right side, you have your gun and the ammo and everything. Just why don't you put everything more compact like BO3? isn't so hard. BO4 launched with like Track always tries to make like additional modes like with DevOps Arcade or with those, I don't remember what they were in BO2 with Transit, but you could do something in there. Or DevOps Arcade 2 in BO3. Or Track always puts like additional stuff in their game related to zombies or not related to zombies, like free run in BO3, which was good addition. This time they put it all into zombies. Unfortunately, no DevOps, but they added a rush mode. They added gauntlets. They added the tutorial, like I said, and yeah, if you played, I think the gauntlets were a good addition. I really enjoyed grinding those medals with my friends, or most of the time with one friend, because nobody was playing zombies anymore, and this game has died down a lot, unfortunately. But we were just grinding down those medals like every day. We really want those gold medals. Or when this contract came out with the silver medal, we always chose like, okay, we need to do the hardest one. It needs to be rewarding, like just stuff like that. I really enjoy. Later they added a Vulture of Despair hard gauntlet, like it's the only hard gauntlet in the game. But yeah, it's hard. Like I really enjoy playing it, especially because the rounds are so short. But I, just for fun and giggles, we sometimes play this mode and just see how, if we can go to the lowest medal or not. Like, yeah, it's fun. The rush mode also, like, usually it's like the 4 players in your lobby or in your party are always playing together to survive. Now you need to play together to survive, but also are against each other with the points. I think rush mode is a great addition. I haven't played that much about it, to be honest. I haven't played anything at all from rush, but from what I've seen, I think it's really interesting. And yeah, zurück zum UI. Okay, danke. Now, if you have fixed that problem with that small boxes, why is that UI so complicated? Like, on the first tab, you have public matches with insane big boxes where you can choose everything, where you can choose a couple of maps you can play in a public lobby, but not all of the maps for some reason, because there are also modes in there. Then, when you go on the next tabs, you see those small modes like Rush, Gauntlets, or normal maps with those incredibly small boxes and so much wasted space. It's incredible. So now they also added some small additions like custom mutations, which I think is just a great addition. Like, not only do you just play in-game and make your own things, like make a challenge or a little bit change up the gameplay. Like, you can customize everything in the game, how much starting points, round length, like you can customize everything to your little heart's content, and I really enjoy just the freedom that Treyarch has given us in this mode. What I also really like is that they have added, so now they changed the perk system from the last games, where you don't just go around the map and pick up the perk you want. You just pick your perks in the menu, and then you go to a generic perk machine and just take this perk that you have set on. And they did this so you wouldn't always go with the 4 crutch perks like Juggernaut, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Quick Revive. So you finally choose something different. But the problem with this system is just, yeah, at the beginning you just experiment a bit, you take this perks and a bit this, and just to make something clear, there's no bad perk in BO4. It's like just like what you prefer, and you put those 4 preferred perks into the slots, and most of the players will stick with those for forever. You can take secret souls, but it's not really the same. And also, what if mid-match you want to change up your setup? Like, what do you then? You need to give up the rounds, go back into the menu, change the perks up, and then go back into the game. I don't understand why this should be. And also, like with the removal of Juggernaut, now you don't take Juggernaut to get 200 HP. You just have by default have 200 HP, and you can change up the difficulty, which I think is great, because, like I said at the beginning, I was horrible at zombies. I needed to come in, so it was easier for me to just start with 200 or even 250 HP and just work my way up. And realism mode with 75 HP, or I don't remember how much. Yeah, I don't remember right, but so I think they nailed this. So I just think that these perk changes were just there to change something. Innovation for the sake of innovation. There wasn't a big problem with the perk system. And I really hope for the next iteration of zombies that we get the old perk system back. Now to wrap up everything. Now to summarize everything. BO4, I think, was supposed to be a great game, but it wasn't. Like, it had so much potential at launch. The multiplayer had really fun gameplay. I enjoyed the gameplay itself, but it's lacking content. Blackout has gotten all the content, and Zombies was just hanging there, starving and crawling up to Blackout. It didn't get much content either. There are a couple of rumors about Zombies Chronicles too, but we just have to wait and see. Like, Zombies just launched in such a horrible state. I think how Zombies launched was just unacceptable. How this game launch in general was unacceptable. So many game crashes and lags. It was really bad. BO4 had so much potential, but it was ruined because of the greed of Activision. First of all, the first mistake they did was launching the game 1 month early. When this game launched, you just could notice it just wasn't ready to launch. It needed 1 more month to just fine tune and do everything, and you just saw, like, the Titan was completely unbalanced. And I don't even want to talk about the Titan. It was completely horrible at launch. Then next we have all those crashes and bugs in the entire game, especially in Zombies. They all got fixed in a matter of 1 month. A little bit more, a little bit less, I don't know. You just saw the game wasn't ready. Then the next marketing decision, monetization. You all know how that went. Let me summarize it up really quick. 2 weeks after the release, we got a contraband stream, which was actually really great to get a lot of content just through gameplay. Like, you could, at the beginning it was really bare bones and grindy, like you need to play 4 hours a day to complete it, and you did not have tier skips. They added those later. Then they added more time to the contraband streams with half the tiers, only 100 tiers. And you got those reserve cases after the tiers, so it wasn't really supply drops at this point. Like, some people saying, look out, maybe Activision's going to do something about them. But they were just there, gave you 1 item when you reach them, and all the items are terrible, so it doesn't matter anyway. Then in the third operation they added those reserved crates and changed everything up a bit. And they basically added supply drops back, but still, yeah, it was still kind of fine when they added those reserved cases back after the tiers. So Yeah, then they added those weapons into the supply drops, and that was the point where shit hit the fan. And then you didn't even get a direct unlock for a weapon in the contraband stream. You just got a shitty weapon bribe that maybe, if you're too lucky, got a crossbow out of it. Like I fortunately did, but a friend of mine did. And it was really frustrating. And it's just really frustrating to sift through thousands of reserve crate cases to get the item you want. Because you don't get 3 items, you get 1 item. If you get a duplicate, well, you're out of luck, buddy. This system is just so egregious, it makes me angry every time I need to talk about it. So, I'm really happy like that Modern Warfare will not have supply drops and will actually be friendly to the consumer with its monetization. Not to even talk about the disaster that the Black Ops Pass was. Like, what the hell? Like, we got less maps than usually, we got worse maps than usually, and we got remasters. Like, most of the maps from the Black Ops Pass were terrible. Some maps were okay. None of the DLC maps were actually good in multiplayer. Also, zombie maps were all remasters except for the Chaos maps. And the 4 Black Ops skins, I think the 4 Black Ops skins were good. You got the OG Reaper, you got the Shadow Man. The skins were good. I'm fine with those. So, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's the review from BO4. Modern Warfare is going to launch in a couple of hours already. So let's say goodbye to BO4. I'm sorry this happened to this game. It was supposed to be so good, it had so much potential, but so much went wrong with this game. So yeah, let's hope Turek does better with COD 2020, but I'm not sure about it because it's just a huge mess right now because Sledgehammer and the entire bar code, you already know about it probably. Yeah, Modern Warfare looks promising, so let's see how this game goes for the next year. So we have a lot of stuff to look out for, and yeah, it was a special year. Let's just say it like that. Alright everybody, that was a bit longer video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button if you liked it. Leave a sub down there if you want more of this awesome, great content. And yeah, see you in the next one. Peace!